That killed 9 people. But in particular, the loss of Kobe Bryant is hitting the LA community, the NBA community, the sports world, and in fact, people all over the world really, really hard. People are in disbelief that this global and cultural icon could be gone.
Shock and heartache around the world at the news. Kobe Bryant, dead at 41 years old, killed Sunday when the helicopter he was in crashed in the hills of Calabasas, California. Also on board, his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others, on their way to Kobe's Mamba Sports Academy in Newbury Park for Gianna's basketball game. Kobe was expected to coach. This photo was taken at the gym filled with kids who'd been awaiting Kobe's arrival.
Chester Bennington singing the song Numb with his band Linkin Park, and his voice has gone silent forever. Bennington was found dead in a home near Los Angeles Thursday morning. Authorities say it may have been suicide. Bennington is survived by his wife and 6 children, and this comes only months after Soundgarden's Chris Cornell, a close friend of Bennington's, committed suicide. Fans and friends of the singer have been filling the internet with tributes. His bandmate Mike Shinoda was one of the first to tweet, saying shocked and heartbroken, but it's true. The band One Republic tweeted, "Oh dear God, massive RIP to Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. This breaks our heart. Suicide is the devil on earth walking amongst us." Another band, Smash Mouth, tweeted, "RIP Chester, one of the biggest talents in the history of music. Thoughts and prayers to the people closest to him." And this from talk show host Jimmy Kimmel. "Chester was one of the kindest men I've had on my show. My heart breaks for his family and friends. He will be missed terribly."
Story. There it is. Walker was a passenger in a Porsche that collided with a pole and caught fire. The actor had been attending his charity event to benefit typhoon victims in the Philippines. We have team coverage this morning, starting with Cecilia Vega at the crash site in Santa Clarita, California. Cecilia, good morning.
Dan, good morning to you. Just take a look at these fans who spent the night out here mourning the loss of Paul Walker. When this crash happened, the fire was so big, witnesses raced to put it out with fire extinguishers, but they simply could not. And now this, a crash site turned into a memorial. Overnight, it was a joyride that ended in this.
LA 156 front stand. We have 1 vehicle fully involved. We have confirmed 2 DUA.
When rescue crews arrived, the twisted remains of the car seen here in this video, obtained exclusively by ABC News, still engulfed in flames.
2 people dead in this call. One of them is Paul Walker.
The lead singer of Nirvana, one of the world's most popular rock bands, has been found dead at his home in Seattle. Police said Kurt Cobain had apparently shot himself and a suicide note was found nearby. His body was discovered in an apartment above a garage at the house. Cobain wrote most of the music and lyrics for Nirvana's top-selling albums.
KTLA. Apparently, Michael Jackson suffered cardiac arrest this afternoon. He was rushed to UCLA Medical Center.
At 12:21, reporting that Michael Jackson, 50 years old, the king of pop, has died. A very, very sad moment.
What was Michael Jackson doing in Los Angeles before he was taken to the hospital? What new information do you have for us?
Well, we do know that he's been in Los Angeles preparing to undertake this major concert event that he was scheduled to perform in London this coming summer.
I have to stop you for a second, AJ. CNN can now confirm from the LA coroner that Michael Jackson is dead.
He was shot late this evening in front of his apartment building in New York City. Apparently, he was killed almost immediately. The man who shot John Lennon walked up to the musician as he was leaving his limousine. According to eyewitnesses, he said, "Mr. Lennon," and then fired at him point blank at least 5 times. Standing by now in New York with more details is ABC's Lynn Scher.
John Lennon was murdered on his way home, just outside the celebrated Manhattan apartment house, the Dakota, where he lived with his wife Yoko Ono and a 5-year-old son. Apparently, he stepped out of the limousine and headed through the gates towards the vestibule when a man emerged and fired 7 times. According to police sources, the man had been seen at the apartment house earlier, and later in the evening when Lennon arrived, the man appeared to be rational. He called out Lennon's name, then crouched police style and fired.
The 4 cops pulled John Lennon out and put him into the back of a police car, and his mouth, he was bleeding from his mouth, and it was a terrible sight.
John Lennon's body was immediately rushed in a police car here to Roosevelt Hospital, just 13 blocks away from his apartment in Upper Manhattan. He was dead on arrival. They tried resuscitation and they tried transfusions, but nothing worked.